Hello everyone, this is Earth Archives. Speaking of unknown events on Earth, there are too many, but the most famous one in modern times, the Tunguska explosion that occurred in Siberia, Russia, should be ranked in the top 3. Today we will take a look at it. Before the show starts, please subscribe, share, and turn on the little bell. This will help us grow faster. Without further ado, the show begins. A morning like no other. On the morning of June 30, 1908, the sky over Siberia changed forever. It was a quiet, typical day in the remote taiga, with the usual sounds of the forest and the distant rustling of wildlife. The indigenous Evenki people went about their daily routines, unaware that they were on the brink of witnessing one of the most extraordinary events in human history. Suddenly, at around 7:14 a.m., the calm was shattered by a blinding flash of light, brighter than the sun. Seconds later, an earth-shaking explosion erupted, sending a shockwave that flattened trees over an area of more than 2,000 square kilometers, 770 square miles. The force of the blast was so immense that it was later estimated to be equivalent to 10-15 megatons of TNT, about 1,000 times more powerful than the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. The aftermath. In the aftermath of the explosion, the forest was a scene of utter devastation. Trees were snapped like matchsticks, lying in a radial pattern away from the center of the blast. For hundreds of kilometers, people felt the ground shake and windows shatter. The shockwave circled the globe twice, and atmospheric pressure gauges in England and the United States recorded the event. In the immediate vicinity of the explosion, there were reports of intense heat and a towering mushroom cloud. Yet, remarkably, despite the sheer power of the blast, there were no confirmed human fatalities. The remoteness of the region, with its sparse population, likely played a role in sparing lives. Theories and speculations. News of the Tunguska event spread slowly, hindered by the vast distances and the political climate of Tsarist Russia. When word finally reached the scientific community, theories about the cause of the explosion abounded. Some speculated it was a meteorite impact, while others suggested a volcanic eruption or a natural gas explosion. One of the most intriguing theories was proposed by Soviet scientist Leonid Kulik, who led the first expedition to the site in 1927. Kulik believed the explosion was caused by a meteorite, but when his team reached the epicenter, they found no crater. This lack of a crater baffled researchers and led to further speculation. Kulik's team did, however, find evidence of melted soil and peculiar tree growth patterns, suggesting an intense heat source. The meteorite hypothesis. The most widely accepted theory today is that the Tunguska explosion was caused by the airburst of a small asteroid or comet. This hypothesis explains the absence of a crater and the widespread destruction. As the object entered the Earth's atmosphere, it heated up due to friction and eventually exploded at an altitude of around 5-10 kilometers, 3-6 miles, above the ground. The intense heat and shockwave from the explosion caused the immediate incineration of trees directly below the blast and the radial flattening of the forest. The energy released was comparable to that of a thermonuclear explosion, but without the lingering radiation. The Comet Hypothesis. While the asteroid hypothesis is compelling, some researchers propose that a comet could be responsible. Comets are composed mostly of ice and dust, and their lower density would explain the lack of a crater. Upon entering the atmosphere, a comet would disintegrate more completely than an asteroid, creating a massive explosion and leaving little trace behind. Supporters of the comet hypothesis point to the luminous night skies observed across Europe for several days after the Tunguska event. These bright skies could be attributed to the fine particles of a disintegrated comet scattering sunlight. However, the comet theory remains less favored due to the lack of definitive cometary material found at the site. The scientific expeditions. Over the years, numerous scientific expeditions have ventured to the Tunguska site to unravel the mystery. Leonid Kulik's 1927 expedition was the first, and despite the hardships of traveling through the Siberian wilderness, his team gathered valuable data and photographs of the devastated forest. Subsequent expeditions in the 1950s and 1960s, including those led by Soviet scientists Nikolai Vassiliev and Kirill Florensky, used more advanced techniques to study the area. They conducted soil and tree ring analyses, which revealed anomalies consistent with a high-energy explosion. In the late 20th and early 21st centuries, modern technology such as satellite imagery and aerial surveys provided new insights into the event. These studies confirmed the radial pattern of the fallen trees and helped estimate the explosion's energy more accurately. The Tunguska event in popular culture. The Tunguska event has captured the imagination of people worldwide and has become a staple of popular culture. It has been referenced in numerous books, movies, and TV shows, often portrayed as a mysterious and otherworldly phenomenon. One of the most famous fictional accounts of the Tunguska event is found in the 1950s science fiction novel, The Tunguska Fireball, by Thomas P. Sheehan. The book suggests that the explosion was caused by an alien spacecraft, adding an element of extraterrestrial intrigue to the story. The Tunguska event also features prominently in the plot of the popular video game series, XCOM, where it is depicted as the crash site of a UFO, further fueling speculation and conspiracy theories. The legacy of Tunguska. Despite over a century of research, the Tunguska event remains one of the greatest scientific mysteries. The remoteness of the site and the lack of definitive evidence continue to challenge researchers. However, the event has also spurred significant advances in the fields of astronomy, geology, and atmospheric science. Tunguska serves as a stark reminder of the potential dangers posed by near-Earth objects. The 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor, which exploded over Russia with a force of 500 kilotons, was a sobering reminder of how vulnerable our planet is to such cosmic impacts. Fortunately, unlike Tunguska, the Chelyabinsk event occurred over a more populated area, allowing for the collection of valuable data and meteorite fragments. The ongoing search for answers. The quest to understand the Tunguska event continues to this day. Scientists from various disciplines are employing new techniques and technologies to uncover more clues. Recent studies have focused on analyzing microscopic particles in the soil and tree resin, looking for evidence of extraterrestrial material. In 2016, a team of Russian and Italian researchers conducted a comprehensive study of the region, using drones to map the area in unprecedented detail. Their findings support the asteroid airburst hypothesis, but the exact nature of the object remains uncertain. Some researchers are also exploring the possibility of finding remnants of the Tunguska object in nearby lakes. Lake Cheko, a small lake located near the epicenter, has been suggested as a potential impact crater. However, this theory is controversial, and further investigations are needed to confirm or refute it. The human connection. The Tunguska event not only left a mark on the landscape but also on the people who witnessed it. The indigenous Evenki people, who live in the region, have passed down oral traditions about the event, describing it as a fiery dragon descending from the sky. These stories provide valuable cultural insights and a human perspective on the catastrophe. For the scientific community, Tunguska serves as a case study in the importance of preparedness and international cooperation. Efforts to monitor near-Earth objects have intensified, with organizations like NASA and ESA working to identify and track potential threats. Initiatives such as the Pan-STARRS and Atlas telescopes are scanning the skies for asteroids that could pose a danger to Earth. The fascination endures. The Tunguska event continues to captivate the imagination of scientists, researchers, and the general public. It represents the unknown and the unexpected, reminding us that even in the age of advanced technology, there are still mysteries waiting to be unraveled. The story of Tunguska is a testament to human curiosity and resilience. It challenges us to explore the boundaries of our knowledge and to remain vigilant in the face of potential threats from the cosmos. Epilogue: The Lessons of Tunguska. As we look to the future, the lessons of Tunguska remain relevant. The event underscores the importance of scientific inquiry, international collaboration, and public awareness in addressing global challenges. It also highlights the need for continued investment in space research and planetary defense. While the Tunguska mystery may never be fully solved, its legacy will endure as a symbol of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of our universe. It reminds us that we are part of a larger cosmic tapestry, where extraordinary events can shape the course of history and inspire generations to come. So, the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the Tunguska event and the mysteries that lie beyond our planet. In the vast expanse of space, there are countless stories waiting to be discovered, and it is our curiosity and determination that will drive us to uncover them.